All right, so I got the lift kit put on finally yesterday. Been out of town for about a week on vacation, so I'm just now getting back to where I can get it put on. I'm parked on unlevel ground right now, so it's kind of hard to see, but I did not put the 3-inch lift blocks under the rear. It's already got the, the stock 2-inch lift blocks under the rear, so I figured I'd start with putting the front on and then see how that, looks. I guess everybody says it takes about a few days for everything to kind of settle in, but it definitely raised the front up quite a bit. It raised it 2.5 inches. I measured it from fender well up here at the fender well, like right underneath it, to the ground, and then measured it before and after on level concrete, and it raised it 2 inches. It's supposed to be a 2-inch, but everybody says you get a little bit extra, and it seems to be right. But I did end up using the 1/2-inch wheel spacers too. I mounted one of the wheels after I got this side done, but that upper control arm ball joint, you see how close it is even with the 1/2-inch spacers, and I pulled off my mother's side of her driveway into this little dip so that the tire could be at full droop, just to see if it changed anything, if it messed anything up, and it didn't. It was super close though. So I did the same thing after I put the 1/2-inch wheel spacers on. You see those, that little black line down in there is the 1/2-inch spacer. So after I put the spacer on, I did the same thing and pulled off in there and let the wheel droop down in that ditch, and it seemed fine. But it's got the preload spacer on the strut. Where's it at? There it is, that silver there. That was a pain in the butt, having to compress those springs to get them off. And then it's got, you can't really see it, but yeah, you can barely see it, the top piece that's up inside of there. You really can't, but it's there. But yeah, it looks a lot better now. Say hey, Keith.
What's that?
What's that? Say hey, Waylon. What's that? Anyway, so now I've just got the issue of I ended up not putting the wheel spacers on the back. And so you can see the front tire sits out just slightly wider than the rear. I didn't think it would be noticeable, so that's why I didn't go ahead and get all 4. I just needed the 2 for up there, because of course the ball joint, upper ball joint, but I didn't need any from the rear. So that's why I just ordered 2. I was like, well, 1/2-inch, it won't be noticeable, but it is. You can, if you know what you're looking for and you know vehicles, you can tell that the front tires sit out a little farther than the rear. So I'm gonna go ahead and order the ones for the rear as well, so I can set those rear tires out just a little more. But all in all, I'm really pleased with it. Rides the same, everything feels good. It's got freaking fantastic ground clearance now. Yeah, I like it. There was some people in the comments on the last video asking what the overall height of the truck is now to the highest point, and it is about 6 foot 7 inches and a half, so about 6, 7.5 to the highest point. And that's about kind of what I expected it would be. It could be maybe 6'8". I mean, it's close, right in there. Yeah, that's what it looks like now. I haven't put the truck in reverse and tried full lock yet. I just put this on and then got up today and came to the office, so I just put it on last night and finished up after dark, so I haven't tested everything out yet to see about rubbing and all. Running, of course, it hopefully will be less rubbing than there was, because when I put it in reverse before I put the lift on and the spacers with these 35 1150 Recon grapplers, it would rub when you put it in reverse. I didn't really have any rubbing going forward unless I went through like a big dip in a parking lot, which at first I didn't think was a problem, but then after driving it for a few weeks, it if you go out of a parking lot at full lock and hit a dip, then it did rub pretty good. And I took the truck to Gatlinburg, Tennessee last week, and we stayed in a townhouse up on this big mountain, and those crazy roads where you're already sitting at 45 degrees and then you have to turn to go up another road, it rubbed then as well. But I drove it to the office today and didn't have any rubbing issues. So later today, on the way home, I'm going to do a little testing. I'm going to drive some back roads, see how it feels, put it in reverse in the parking lot here, and back up at full lock and just kind of see how it does, and I'll do some update videos. But so far I'm happy. 2022 Silverado Trail Boss 35 1150 20s. They're Nitto Recon grapplers on the stock 20-inch wheels. I put the Ready Lift SST 2.0 lift kit that comes with the rear blocks, but I didn't put those on, just used the front. Replaced the upper control arms and put a 1/2-inch wheel spacer on there, just so that it'll clear the ball joint there. So that's just kind of a summary. And if you did not run the spacers, I think you could maybe get by without them, but just for my own sake of feeling okay about it, I decided to just do that. And you could probably go a little less than that. You could probably do like the 3/8 I think they have that, but I still had plenty of thread on there to get. I think I got 6 or 7 full rotations out of the lug nuts until they're snug, and then probably another half rotation or so to super tight. So I feel safe with it. I mean, I'm not a huge guy that likes spacers, but using the stock studs and these being hub centric spacers, I feel okay about it. So it's not anything I'm overly concerned about. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Of course, if some sort of a problem does arise, then I'll do another video and update you.